to Jamaica because the authorities say more than 3/4 of the country is without electricity and much of the phone network is down after Hurricane Melissa swept across the island. Jamaica's local government minister, Desmond McKenzie, wouldn't give any details on the number of people who may have died. But Haiti has said the number of deaths there has risen to around 20. In Cuba, thousands of people remain in shelters, having been evacuated from their homes. Well, let me show you the live satellite imagery showing the current path of the hurricane, which has now moved on to Cuba in the last hour as well. The UK government has said it is putting together a £2.5 million emergency humanitarian funding package to support the Caribbean's recovery. Well, here's Jamaica's Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management speaking just a short while ago.
Critical service entities have now and will be advised to mobilize immediately to restore electricity, water and communication networks. We're also asking and encouraging entities like our supermarkets or wholesales or gas stations and pharmacies, particularly in those areas that have been less affected. We are asking you to open and allow communities to have access to these essential goods and services.
Well, that's the update in the last hour as the storm crossed Jamaica. Thousands spent the night in shelters. Warnings of flash flooding and landslides are still in place on the island. Jessica Lane has some of the latest detail.
As day broke across Jamaica this morning, the devastation and destruction left behind from Hurricane Melissa was laid bare. People here say whole areas of the country are destroyed.
Where I'm from, looking outside, is absolutely devastating. Where I am, the neighbouring communities like Portmore, Lindsay, the Irriton, Lower Huddersville, these communities absolutely devastating. So the cleanup for this now is going to be absolutely huge.
The strongest hurricane to hit the island in modern history, Melissa was Category 5.
It tells us that she had winds of over 157 miles per hour. In fact, what was recorded was about 185 miles per hour. So we think about her strength as a storm. We think about her duration. Melissa, at some points in her track, was moving at 1 to 2 kilometers per hour. Thankfully, when she was passing over Jamaica, she went as high as 15 kilometers per hour. And she was significant in terms of the impact that she has caused.
One half of Montego Bay in the northeast of the island has been cut off from the other half by floodwaters brought about as a result of the hurricane.
We can't protect the island, but what we can do is to prepare ourselves as best as possible to respond to it. As a small island developing state, these things are existential threats to us. We expect these things to happen from time to time. So we have to, adapt to it and know how to respond.
Even though Hurricane Melissa has left Jamaica, a tropical storm warning remains in place, as well as fears over the humanitarian crisis now about to develop, as people's homes and livelihoods have been destroyed. Thousands of British tourists are thought to have been stranded in Jamaica. Many tried to stay safe in their hotels as they were warned to remain inside to shelter from the hugely damaging winds.
It was like being in a war zone. It was horrible. It felt like that the building was just getting ready to take off. It was just shaking, all the windows were shaking, just things were getting thrown at us. Like we woke up this morning, come onto the balcony and there's just loads of debris on the balcony and just trees everywhere broken and tiles everywhere. It's just unrecognisable.
Hurricane Melissa had started to weaken as it moved northeastwards across Jamaica, but once it cleared the island overnight, the warm waters allowed it to re-intensify. It hit Cuba this morning, having weakened to a Category 3 storm, still with intense wind speeds of up to 120 miles per hour. People here try to make sure all members of their families were taken to safety, but they're worried.
It scares me, but what scares me even more is being away from home and having everything I own taken away, like Hurricane Sandy in 2012.
Hurricane Melissa is expected to travel northeastwards, crossing the Bahamas later today, then heading towards Bermuda tomorrow. As people in the Caribbean and friends, families and loved ones here wait and watch to see how bad the damage will be. Jessica Lane, BBC News.